The softest winter hat you've ever touched probably started as a bloody wrinkled rabbit skin on a factory floor, and it had less than an hour to prove it was premium or be thrown into the cheap pile. Most people see the finished product: a Moncler hood trim, a silky hat lining, a plush collar. Almost no one sees the industrial choreography that turns fragile rabbit pelts into dense, flawless fur felt and leather. Today, we're going inside that process. If you like seeing how luxury is actually made, not just marketed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next factory we open up. The journey starts long before a designer sketches a winter collection. Rabbit pelts are a byproduct of meat production, but fashion doesn't accept leftovers. The hides arrive at tanneries and fur processors in bundles. Assorted sizes, assorted colors, assorted quality. Alibaba listings brag about garment rabbit pelt sale in bulk, and platforms like eBay offer 50 pieces real tanned rabbit skins. Random colors, DIY garment. That randomness is exactly what premium brands cannot tolerate. For a Moncler level piece, every panel must match. Every fiber must behave the same under light, pressure, and time. So the first real gate is selection. Workers spread out the dried or salted pelts on long tables. They're looking for three things: density of the underfur, evenness of the nap, and integrity of the leather side. The best rabbit fur felt, like the kind used by Agnolita hats, doesn't come from the long guard hairs you see. It comes from the short, fine underfur carefully plucked and sorted. That underfur is what will later tangle into a compact, velvety felt. Pelts with bald spots, scars, or thin patches are downgraded to craft grade, the kind you see on Amazon as natural rabbit fur pelt, great for crafts and decoration, cat and dog toys. The top tier, those never see a craft store. They're reserved for garments and high-end hat bodies. Once sorted, the hides face their first transformation: tanning. Raw rabbit skin is fragile and will rot quickly. Professionally tanned, a phrase you see over and over in listings for quality pelts, means the skin has been chemically stabilized, cleaned and softened so it can be cut, sewn, and worn without falling apart. In the drum room, the pelts tumble in large rotating barrels with water, salts, and tanning agents. This step locks the collagen fibers in the leather into a stable structure. Done right, it creates a thin, supple leather side that can be stitched into linings or glove interiors, while preserving the fluffy, soft fur side. But for fur felt, the factory doesn't want intact pelts. It wants the hair itself. After tanning, selected skins are clipped or sheared to harvest that underfur layer. Agnolita describes it simply: rabbit fur felt is made from carefully selected rabbit underfur processed with specialized techniques. In reality, that means the fibers are cleaned, sometimes carbonized to remove plant debris, then blended to a precise mix. Different batches of underfur are combined to balance softness, length, and felting behavior. This is where the future of a Moncler grade hat or hood lining is decided. If the blend is wrong, the felt will pill, shed, or lose its shape in the first winter. The felting itself looks almost too simple, and that's the trick. The cleaned rabbit underfur is blown onto a moving perforated belt, forming a thin, airy web. Steam and hot water are introduced, and the microscopic scales on each hair shaft open up. Under heat, moisture, and pressure, those scales lock together. The web shrinks and thickens, becoming a rough felt hood or sheet. For premium pieces, this stage is repeated multiple times, layering and fulling the felt until it's dense but still flexible. The goal is that signature rabbit fur felt texture. Not fuzzy like a cheap synthetic, but a short, buttery nap that responds to touch and can be brushed to a subtle sheen. Color is the next obsession. Natural rabbit pelts come in mottled browns, whites, grays, and everything in between. Exactly what you see in assorted natural leather for crafts. High fashion, however, demands control. Agnolita's rabbit fur felt color ranges show what's possible. Deep blacks, rich browns, cool grays, and saturated fashion tones, all built on the same underfur base. To get there, the felt hoods or sheets are immersed in dye baths, where time, temperature, and pH are tightly controlled. Rabbit underfur takes dye beautifully, but it's unforgiving. Any inconsistency shows up as streaks or patches. Or a Moncler coat where panels sit side by side under boutique lighting. That's unacceptable, so the factory runs tests, cutting small swatches, drying them, checking them under different lights, until the color is dead consistent. Once dyed, the felt is blocked and finished. For hats, the rough hoods are stretched over heated wooden or aluminum blocks, pulled tight, steamed, and left to cool so they memorize the new shape. For garment use, Think ear flaps, hood interiors, or removable linings. The felt is calendared, passed through heated rollers that compress and smooth the surface. The nap is then carefully sanded and brushed to a uniform direction and length. This is where that premium hand feel appears. Run your fingers over a high-end rabbit fur felt hat, and you'll feel a surface that almost behaves like liquid. It darkens when you stroke it one way, lightens the other, and springs back without showing fingerprints. Parallel to the felt track, intact tanned pelts are being prepared for direct fur applications. Those 10 by 15-inch rabbit hides sold online for sewing are essentially the same format, just without the brand's quality filter. In a luxury supply chain, the pelts are graded again, matched by color and hair length, and then blocked on boards to dry perfectly flat. From there, cutters trace pattern pieces, hood trims, collar facings, glove cuffs, hat linings. Because rabbit skin is thin, every cut must respect the grain of the leather to avoid tearing under stress. Seams are designed to be invisible from the fur side, so multiple small pelts can become one seemingly continuous panel around a parka hood. At the assembly stage, the two worlds meet, fur felt and fur leather. A Moncler winter piece might hide rabbit fur felt inside a hood for insulation and structure, while using full-pile rabbit pelts on the edge for that soft, framing halo around the face. The felt gives shape and warmth. The pelts deliver the tactile luxury. Inside the factory, you see rows of sewing machines with specialized feet that grip fur without crushing it, and workers who know exactly how much tension a rabbit leather seam can take before it puckers. The brand label is the last thing attached, but by then, the garment has passed through dozens of hands and multiple quality checks. The real twist is that, structurally, there's almost no difference between a craft rabbit pelt on Amazon and a garment rabbit pelt sold in bulk to fashion houses. Both are real, both are tanned, both are soft. The difference is the ruthless selection and the precision processing. Only the densest, most uniform underfur becomes high-grade felt. Only the cleanest, most consistent pelts are cut into visible trims. Everything else is downgraded to toys, decorations, or hobbyist projects. When you touch a premium rabbit fur-lined hood, you're feeling the top few percent of an entire supply chain's output. So the next time you see a Moncler coat with a plush interior, or a rabbit fur felt hat that seems impossibly smooth, remember what's underneath. Carefully chosen underfur, industrial-scale felting, exact dye work, and a global trade in pelts that starts with bulk lots advertised as warmth, durability, and luxury for fashion, upholstery, and more. The softness is real, but so is the machinery that makes it repeatable at scale. If you think turning rabbit skins into luxury is intense, wait until you see what happens to chicken meat on its way to becoming uniform. Bite-sized nuggets, the engineering, the additives, the shaping lines. It's a whole different kind of transformation. That's in the next video inside the chicken nugget plant. See you there.